Yeah, and my piece of advice is never too late for you to start poultry farming. The age does not disqualify anyone from starting any farming business. If you're old or young, try to learn the hard way if you want to succeed in farming, whether you're going to raise chicken, whether you're going to raise ducks, turkeys, goats, you want the cattle. Farming is a peaceful business, but it requires you to learn every single day. Even work hard for it every day. There are good things and bad, but mostly the good things weigh more than the bad after working for some time. My advice is to start and continue working, whether you're employed, maybe you have a small job out there. Just start this farming business and continue with your employment or your job, and make sure that your salary can at least supplement your farming business, in that by the time you retire from your job, you're going to settle on this farm and make money, other than just quitting and start farming business afresh when you are very new in the system of farming. So it is very hard to succeed when you've just quit your job and use the retirement money to start over. So make your salary as a supplementary budget that can help your farm grow. And don't give up whenever you find challenges, because you always get better when you keep on practicing. To make it a simple way, you can start with 10 chicken or 5, and you don't sell any of the chicken. Like, you raise this chicken on pasture, you leave them to eat grass, you leave them to eat the leftover in your chicken. You keep on raising this chicken, they keep on multiplying themselves like local birds. By the end of the year, you'll be having a lot of chicken, no much expenses that you've put in their feeding, but you're growing slowly. No pressure, no anything, but the chicken are still alive and you're growing. The bad thing with the chicken, when you keep them inside, they die most of the cases, because they have to be provided with extra care, the vitamins, the treatment. Yeah, even outside chicken die, but in most cases when they feed on the grass, they rarely die, they rarely get sick. So they can die out of outbreaks, but they treat themselves through the feeds or the pasture or the grass that they eat outside. So you just need to provide them with the leftover in your kitchen, and they survive. By the end of the year, 2 years, 3 years, you'll be having a bigger farm that you started with just a few number of chicken. Ducks also multiply quickly, more than even the chicken. They need only water, pasture, and a few feeds. You can decide to start with the ducks, because when it comes to poultry, everything can be sold. You sell the meat, or you sell the eggs. So to allow your business to grow slowly, you have to keep them laying. So I don't recommend someone to raise chicken that cannot lay, like broilers, because they are just needed for a few period. It is very good when someone raises chicken that can give you food. By the time you're interested in expanding, or you're interested in growing this as a very main business, you just keep them inside and start collect money from them. Let's talk about the animals. When you talk about the goats, they only depend on the grass. You don't need to buy. When you have land where you can get the grass for these goats to eat, you just need to provide them just the space and the structure where they can sleep, and leave them to produce. One goat, which is male, one goat which is female. By the end of year, if the breed is very good, this female goat can give birth to two. Every 6 months you get two goats. By the end of the year, you'll be having 6 goats. You're not selling, but you are allowing your farm to grow. It means that you're going to earn money after, or when you're interested in it. Because you still have the salary, you can get the money from your job and you're keeping on growing the farm. So I don't recommend someone to retire and start over. First, make the business stand out for itself, then you can retire. Or you can quit your job if you're still young, because any farming business makes money, but it takes time. Next, have faith in yourself, because nothing fails if you give it your time. Yeah, you can fail a little, but nothing fail completely if you give it time. So consistency, persistency, learning from your setbacks will keep you improving day by day. The chicken die. Yeah, they get sick, they die, but you have to keep on improving every time you face challenges. For example, sometimes we buy non-quality feeds, especially when the feeds are expensive. You find that the maize brand is mixed up with sand. But once you're beginning, you can buy such feeds. But if you keep on raising your chicken and you're in the business, you can find ways to buy quality even when the feeds are expensive. You can find people who can sell quality feeds. When it comes to the fish, we sometimes find the fish that is not good on the market, but after keeping on this business running, you get new ideas, you get people that can sell good and quality fish meal. The same applies to the concentrate. So everything that we use in farming, there are good things on the market and there are bad things on the market. So you have to keep on pushing and do not give up. Shortcuts are not allowed in poultry, for sure. There are no shortcuts that you're going to just jump and fall into. For example, you raise the 5 chicken, after 1 week you get 10. They multiply by 10, unless when you buy, that is okay. But there are some things that you can use that can keep your chicken or your farm running. For example, giving chicken the herbal remedies, giving chicken greens, giving chicken bitter leaves to treat them, prevent them from coccidiosis, treating them with natural, all organic remedies. So once you want to start small and you don't want to put a lot of money in this farming business, you want it to grow by itself, it's better to use the natural things. And for me, I've got a lot of friends that they started with local birds and they have grown. By the time you start to buy the medication from the vet, you find that you have like 50 to 80 chicken on the farm, whereby you're interested in making sure that this chicken, all of the chicken that you have, survive. In that, you want to mix up the natural remedies with the bought medication from the vet. So it is very easy to raise the chicken and earn money from them, especially if you start small. And my point is, start small or start smaller if you can, because learning in farming does not end. Today, even up to now, we are still learning. I didn't start from here. I started from harvesting few eggs every day, and now I can harvest but I'm harvesting a lot of eggs because I've managed to learn, and I'm still learning that in that I don't skip any lesson that this chicken need. When it comes to treatment, I treat. When it comes to vaccination, I vaccinate. The chicken house is wet, I find out the reason why the chicken house is wet, and I make sure that I treat. I provide them with new beddings so that they continue laying and they're healthy. So that is what you have to be working on every day, because yeah, hard work pays. And your availability on the farm, at least give it some time, it will help you, your business to grow. You're not putting in a lot of money, but at least you're available to monitor the health of your chicken, maybe your animals, maybe it's the garden, because all in all, at the end, we all need money. If it requires you to pay for the knowledge, please do, because to avoid losses, there are big losses that you can face when it comes to farming. So if it requires you to pay for the knowledge, please pay to avoid losses. You can't have good things only without experiencing bad. So in farming, we get bad things and also the good things. We learn how to handle the bad and maintain the good things that we have got from our farms. So that is how the business works. To make this business grow, develop a habit of saving, because once you save some money, it can help you cover some things maybe in the future, or something that you really need on your farm. So develop a habit of saving. You save some money that can build your farm. Thank you so much. I love you all. Thanks again for the support. Let's meet in the next one.